Masculinity is a gift from God that demons will try to steal from you. They'll try to take your masculine power. They don't like when you operate in your masculine energy. Now more than ever, masculine men are in high demand. And it's clear to see that when you're truly operating in your masculine power, nobody wants you to vibrate at such high frequency. Because when you go out in society, 90% of men aren't operating in their masculine energy. Most women aren't used to masculine men, so they won't like you. They won't like you at all, bro. When I go out and I'm taking a look at society and I'm just out and about, and I could just be chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in the cut and people would just stare at me like I'm so different, bro. You're going to stand out without even trying to stand out. They're just going to feel your energy. They're just going to know that something's different about you, and they're going to be curious to figure out why, especially because you're walking with power. You're just feeling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You feel good about yourself. You don't go around here moping around with this victim mentality, and people can sense it. People can see it in your eyes. People can, because a lot of times masculine men will look at people in their eyes, not on some weird stuff. They're just giving eye contact. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a generation nowadays where most men don't give eye contact. Most women aren't used to eye contact. Most people are robots in their phone, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling their life away. So more than likely, masculine men understand this is a program. So we're not operating in our phones all the time. We use our phones to benefit us. So a lot of times, man, it's just interesting because you are going to know you're operating with God, especially because most masculine men have a solid foundation of God. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of the ones that I came across, at least, they have a foundation of God. So with that being said, what tends to happen is we know more people are operating with a demonic energy. So when you're understanding that God gave you this gift of masculinity to vibrate at a higher frequency, because we know most people in this world, bro, they won't like you, period. They're just going to think that they're just like haters, bro. They're going to think that, oh man, look at that guy. He thinks he's the shit. And they're so insecure with who they are, they don't like you. So you have to embrace this hate. You have to embrace all this jealousy that comes your way, this envy, these strange looks. And these demons are trying to steal that power from you. These demons are trying to give you these evil looks. These demons don't want you to feel good about yourself because they don't feel good about themselves. They'll look at you like, how dare you come about this gym? How dare you walk in this gym looking like that? How dare you grow? You know what I'm saying? Because they probably seen you in the gym when you used to be a little overweight, and then you've been putting this work, you've been growing your biceps, you know what I'm saying? You've been getting a little bit more vascular, you've been losing weight. So now they're jealous of that. Now they're really having so much hatred because they see that you grew and you changed. So they'll say, man, that guy over there is toxic because he's bobbing his head. Look at him. He thinks he's the man. So, man, I'm telling you, I get so many weird looks, and it's just strange because there's no way around it, bro. 99% of people aren't going to like you. So many men that I know want to be liked, and they try to fit in so much. Bro, they're not going to like you anyways. You can try to fit in, but they're still going to be going behind your back talking about you. They're still going to be lying on you. They're still going to be trying to deceive you. They're still going to try to manipulate you. It's just the society that we live in, bro. Most people are just haters. Most people don't want to support you, man. You'll say one wrong thing, they'll get in their feelings, they'll unsubscribe, they won't talk to you, because most men, they don't understand when you're truly masculine. Masculinity is, you're just powerful because you're putting in this disciplined work. You're doing things that aren't operating in emotions all the time. You feel these emotions, but you put them to the side and you continue to learn. You continue to do things that you don't want to do. So the thing is, like in the Bible, a lot of the prophets did things that they didn't want to do, you know what I'm saying? And they ran like Moses. You can run away and try to escape your destiny, but it's going to come back to you. You can't escape it. So most masculine men that operate, we know that God gave us specific gifts. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I know my gift is to help people. I've always been that way. And I know sometimes it's difficult because I try to help people, and what ends up happening, especially when you're a giver and you're just not always trying to take everything from people, is you give people trust and you allow them to come in and they'll damage you, bro. They'll break your heart because A lot of people are just narcissists and they don't care about you truly. So typically you're trying to fight this feeling that you want to truly do what God told you to do, which is help people. But at the same time, most people are ungrateful. Most people don't appreciate the value that you bring to this world. They really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to take what I can and bounce without showing any support to you. So I know a lot of you guys feel that. And that's why a lot of men, their heart turns cold. That's why a lot of men give up and they just quit, because it's not easy being out into this world and trying to do the right thing continuously when you know most people don't care about you. Most people don't really care. Most people go into society and they're just really just evil, bro. They're evil people living in an evil world. So that's why a lot of people are giving up right now, because most people don't rely on God, bro. Most people don't have faith. How many men do you know? Put it down in the comments. I would love to hear this. How many men do you really know that operate in one, masculinity, and two, God? How many people do you know truly have faith? If you guys can say more than 3, that would shock me, bro. That would really shock me, because I know in my personal life, I probably met maybe 2 or 3 at most, you know what I'm saying, that are truly grounded in the solid foundation of God. It's just not likely. It's just not common, especially amongst men. You might find more women that are spiritual, but most men aren't like that. So that's what I'm saying. When you're a masculine man and you're operating with God, that's truly a gift, bro. It's truly rare and it's truly powerful. And that's why God typically gives the biggest burdens to us. We're his number one soldiers, because he knows we can go into this war and we can go in and prepare for battle and come out still praying, still fasting, still meditating, still giving thanks to the Most High, because we're still breathing, we're still living, and we know we're still blessed because he's given us another opportunity to go out and make something with our life. And a lot of times you guys don't understand that. You guys just will start hating. You guys will start just, I don't know. We live in a society where people just want to feel good. People just want to feel good. They want to feel good messages. That's why a lot of people in society, especially on these communities and the YouTube channels, just in social media in general, they do things that make people feel good, and they're not giving people the truth. People hate the truth. People don't want to embrace the truth. But as the Bible says, once you accept the truth will set you free. And that's why a lot of us aren't free. That's why a lot of us are still living in this illusion. A lot of us are still living in this program. A lot of us are still operating in fear. A lot of us still operating in jealousy. A lot of us are still envious. And that's why we're at where we're at, because most people, if I come on here and I say the truth, they'll get in their feelings, they'll get mad, they'll unsubscribe, and they won't like the video. And that's what I'm saying. So many people that I know started YouTube channels and they gave up because they see what I'm talking about. You see that most people aren't going to support you. You have to stay consistent. You have to pray to God. You have to stay in faith. And most people can't. You'll just want to just give up, because you start saying, man, most people don't care. I'm putting in all this work and you feel like the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. And that's the reality that we're living in, bro. And that's why most men that rise up to the top are select, because they still keep going and going and going and keep fighting, even though they want to quit. Because most times you got to have this warrior spirit, because this world is going to try to get you to quit. This world is going to try to make you stop, because you're all alone, bro. You're all alone. This is a lonely path. I don't think you guys truly understand how lonely the path of success is. You know what I'm saying? And there's multiple different versions of success, but let's just say that you want to be successful at, growing a barbershop. That's going to be a difficult path too, because right now, most people don't want to go out in this world and support you and give you what you deserve, as in terms of even money, support, guidance. Like, man, you should be doing this. Most people, they'll say it, but they won't tell you, because a lot of people are afraid of confrontation. So if you're trying to start that barbershop, most people are going to be like, man, I don't want to pay this money to give him a barber. I want to go for the person that's cheaper. They don't want to pay for what you're truly worth. And that's just the reality. So most people that start businesses give up because you feel like you should be worth more than what you're giving, because you're giving. And most people are just taking without paying you. They might give you, they don't even support you. You know what I'm saying? You ask them, at first you might start giving haircuts for free. And then most people are just going to expect that from you. Once you start saying, hey, man, I want $30 for this haircut. But people, man, why you changing up on me? You do this for free. And that's just the reality that we live in, bro. But you got to understand, being masculine man, being a masculine man is very, very powerful once you can adopt this mindset that I'm going to genuinely be who God created me to be, and I'm just going to accept who I am, and I'm not going to care about this world. So guys, I hope you tap into your masculinity. I hope that you continue to grind and go out into this world and produce some value and become the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, peace.